What up, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube? You're throwing down with the Philly Chef.
Here's a funky introduction. Now here's a funky introduction. Now here's a funky introduction.
What up, Facebook, Instagram? You're throwing down with the Philly Chef. So today I got a special guest with me, my sous chef, aka the young CEO, aka that kid. It's my son, youngest son, Jalen. Introduce yourself.
What's up, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube? My name's Jalen, or you can just call me Jay. And today I'm throwing down with that Philly Chef today. And today we're making some spaghetti and meatballs today.
So for anytime it's a birthday, you know, we either go out to eat or, you know, we ask them what they would like to eat. And this kid, every time for his birthday, he's like, Dad, I just need to make some spaghetti and meatballs. So today we're making spaghetti and meatballs. And you're like, spaghetti meatballs? Trust me, this is going to be the best thing you ever tried. Everything is your own. You're not going out getting like a jar of spaghetti sauce and just getting some noodles and putting them together like that. This is making your own spaghetti sauce from scratch. This is making your own meatballs. Like with everything I do, you put your own twist on it, put your own little thing into it, and that's, you know, makes it your own. So right now we're going to start on the meatballs. Alright, so we're going to make our meatballs first. We have some turkey sausage, ground turkey. Like I said, always keeping it lean but keeping it delicious. With our meatballs, we're going to add 1 egg and we're going to add some pesto. Now, if you don't know about this, this is like a great addition to your pantry. This pesto is my favorite right here. Pesto is basically just basil, pine nuts, garlic, and some EVO, extra virgin olive oil. Blend it all together, keep it in the refrigerator. You be adding it to everything, trust me. We got a little basil plant at the house called Betty Basil. You know, we pick some leaves off every now and then, blend them up. But if you don't have time to do that, pick you up some pesto. This, of course, once again, is my house seasoning. I know it says onion powder. Don't trust the label. It has a little lemon pepper, some basil, some onion powder, and some garlic powder, a little bit of other stuff. And of course, I got my everything crackers. So we're gonna crush these up. Everything crackers has garlic flavor, onion flavor. It's just like everything. It's great. It's like everything bagel. So we're gonna crush these up, add it to this. So my sous chef, there you go. Put your muscles to work.
Yes, sir.
All right. So to our bowl, we're gonna add our ground turkey and our turkey sausage. And one thing I forgot to mention, add a little spice. We're gonna add a little sriracha to it. So with the meatballs are something that you gotta get your hands dirty. I mean, there's no way around it. So I'm gonna take my watch off and I'm gonna have to dive into these meatballs real quick. So we're gonna add our our pesto and this oil on top. A lot of flavor, so you're just gonna drizzle the oil, just a little bit of it. Keep it nice and moist. And a nice heaping spoon of pesto. Maybe a little bit more. I like pesto. It's great.
Yep.
All right. All right, sir, now add your crackers to that, please.
How do these crackers look?
They look good. Can you crush them up a little bit more? Want to get them as fine as possible. I usually take the lid off because these little holes just, you'll be shaking forever. Just eyeball it. It's about 2 tablespoons. All right, so those look good, son. So drop it in there. And I'm forgetting the most important thing with this. We're gonna add a little bit of Parmesan Reggiano. This is grated Parmesan cheese with a little Romano cheese. So you know I like my cheese. So I'm gonna add probably about a half a cup in here. And with this, you're not gonna see me add any salt and pepper because you got the Ritz crackers, which are, you know, that have a little salt to them. This is salty. So you really don't need, and then you got your seasonings as well. So you don't need to be overly salty with this. So now I'm gonna crack 1 egg. Excuse me, son. And our sriracha. All right, now it's time to get messy. All right, so you want to break everything up, get everything incorporated. It smells so good already. That pesto is just amazing. Trust me, you get that, put it in your refrigerator, you're gonna be putting teaspoons or spooning it into everything. It just adds just a different flavor to stuff, you know. I added to a lot of sauces that I make, to my gravy. If I'm making meatloaf, and this right here, in and of itself, maybe just with a little more crackers, will make a great Italian meatloaf as well. Son, can you spray that pan for me? Thank you. Alright, so this is nice and mixed well. Always go from the bottom, bring to the top, make sure everything has time to meet one another. So now we're looking for about medium-sized meatballs. I'll roll them up, add them to the pan. Now we have our oven preheating at 400 degrees. Another benefit with turkey, it doesn't take long to cook. It's cooks fairly fast. You're going to cook these in the oven for probably about 30 minutes. Now if you have like ground beef or ground pork, it may take a little bit longer. You're looking at maybe like 45-50 minutes. But with turkey, it's not too long at all. So since my hands are already dirty, I'm going to roll these meatballs, and I'm just going to let him stand here and say a little something about himself. So, what's your favorite subject in school?
In school, going into 7th grade, it's probably gonna end up being science, just because I like to experiment with stuff and like to test theories. And also, I think this is also pretty relevant when doing meatballs, is that you probably want to give them enough space in between each other, just so they'll have enough space to cook and they won't get stuck together.
Hey, this kid in books, I mean, he has read so many books, the whole Lemony Snicket series of unfortunate events, all of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid. When the new books come out, it's kind of like, you know, back in the day when a new CD comes out and people will be like going to Sam Goody to, yeah, I'm showing my age, you know, going to Sam Goody to get the CD when it comes out. This kid is lined up getting books when they come out. So going into the 7th grade, you excited?
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of sports you playing this year?
This year, our school is just adding flag football for our school, and we are also getting our 2nd year of cross country, and maybe basketball. Just thinking about it right now, but not gonna be certain though.
He did cross country last year, and I mean, to show, like, it was his first year doing cross country, and show like his development, his improvement. I think he ran the 2.5 miles.
Yeah, I think that was about right.
He did it in like 20 minutes. You know, 2.5 miles for me, probably about an hour. You know, but he did it in about 22 minutes. And then his second meet, he did in about, I think it was what, 18 minutes? I mean, he shaved a whole 3 minutes off of the time. It was just, you know, impressive to me. I mean, you know, of course I'm his dad. Anything the kid does, I think is going to be impressive. But then his final meet, he did it in, I think it was like 17 minutes, something like that. So, I mean, it just shows, you know, determination, progression. You know, anything you set your mind to do, you can do it. Even if it's your first year, you go out there and you do your best. And your hard work is going to show off. So it looks like, I thought we were going to get about a dozen meatballs, but it looks like we got a little bit more. We got 4, 8, 12. We're going to have about 16 meatballs to start off. And we got a little bit.
And we got a little bit left over just in case.
Yeah, so this little bit we're going to put in the refrigerator. You can use it for some meatballs later on, or even patty it up and make a little patty out of it. We're going to throw these in the oven, 400 degrees for about 25-35 minutes, and they'll be ready to jump in the pool with this sauce I'm about to make. Trust me, hey, look, you're throwing down with the Philly chefs, that's what I do. Alright, so take the flat end of the knife and you just want to crush it until you hear that sound. Let you know you broke it down to the very last compound. See how it sounds a little irrational. A lot of MCs like to use the word, I'm sorry. I'm old school like that. So we got 5 garlic cloves, and then we're just going to coarsely chop it. You don't have to be fancy with it. And we're going to bring our pot over here. And looks like it looks good. So now we're going to add our garlic. And Jalen's going to stir that around. Now we're going to add some green peppers, and you just need one side of it. I'm going to cut that, slice it. Alright, now we line them up so we can dice them. We're going to add this to the party. Last but not least, we're going to get our onion. And take the ends off. We'll cut it in half. We're only going to need about half of this, so I'm going to use a little smaller half. I'm going to dice this up as well. How's that look, Jay?
That looks pretty good.
Alright. Now the onions are going to join the party. Alright, and that is our holy trinity. We got garlic, peppers, and onions. So now we're going to saute this for probably about 1 to 2 minutes, just till the onions get translucent, which means, you know, a little see-through. and the peppers get a little soft. You don't want it to be completely sauteed to where it's real soft. The back pot back here, we have our water for our noodles. We have just water and 2 chicken bouillon cubes. Now a trick that I learned is you don't add oil to your water because that's going to make your noodles slippery. And when you go to add the sauce, it's not going to adhere to the noodles. So you just want to flavor your water so that every layer has flavor. Looking pretty good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now we're going to add our pesto. Once again, that little oil on top, we're going to drizzle some of that in because that's just some more flavor. And with our slotted spoon, we're going to add a nice heaping spoon of pesto. All right, mix that all around for me. You okay?
Yep, I'm good. Just one of the bubbles got me.
Alright, so now this part I like to do kind of off the stove because when the tomatoes hit this hot oil, it's going to be a little angry. So, you know, I got the tough skin, but you know, you got baby oil over here with, you know. Alright, so set it right here for me. No, the pot. Alright, so now we have crushed tomatoes. You don't have to go out and get any fancy organic, or any fancy kind of tomatoes. Just a can of crushed tomatoes. I like to crush because it still gives it a little texture, and it's very hearty. So we're gonna add that. And I like to make a big pot of this because this can be 2 meals. This can be the spaghetti, and then if you have sauce left over, which sometimes we do, sometimes we don't because somebody eats up all the sauce.
What you looking at?
So if you have sauce left over and you have meatballs left over, get you some hoagie rolls, some provolone cheese. You got some meatball sliders and some meatball subs. All right, so once this gets mixed together, I'm going to add my Italian blend, which is oregano, some lemon pepper, some onion powder, garlic powder, some other stuff that you're not privy to.
Secret seasonings.
And this is just some white sugar. It kind of cuts the bitterness of the tomatoes. Only need like maybe 2 tablespoons of that. And of course, we're going to add a little bit of coarse salt, just a little bit. Some cracked black pepper. And sriracha, spice of life. A little bit of that. And that's it. That's your sauce right there. You put it back on the burner. All right, so now once everything gets mixed, we're gonna put it back on the burner. And he's gonna stir it up for you.
There we go.
How's that look?
That looks pretty good. Just trying to mix it all up. Now knowing me, I actually really like spicy stuff. So I'm just gonna add a wee bit more sriracha in there.
Yeah, I introduced this kid to hot sauce and chicken, and now he puts hot sauce on everything. You gotta keep a jar of hot sauce and a jar of ketchup in the house at all times with this one. All right, so now I'm gonna throw the lid on it. Our water is ready. So, growing up, every time my mom made spaghetti, she used to always break the noodles. I never knew why. I never questioned it. It was just something that she did. But now I just dump them in there whole. I just let the noodles get soft in the water.
And you don't have to specifically do this. If you don't want the noodles to be sticking out like they are right now, you can just you can take them out of the box and then just break them in half and then put them in the water. That's just one other way of doing it.
And see, I love how, you know, cooking is something that it's like an identity that you impart to your kids. See, he has this little thing with noodles. I like to leave them whole. He likes to break them because he can burn. He can throw down just like the Philly show. And so my older son. And you see, baby girl, she does her thing. Hey, that's one thing. When these kids get older, they ain't never gonna be hungry because they always gonna know how to make a meal out of something. So now all the noodles are now flattened in the water. And I would say, Alexa, set a timer for 8 minutes. And you want the noodles al dente, which is not super soft, but it's not overly hard. It's very pliable. So now we got the noodles cooking, we got the sauce cooking. Just waiting for this party to get started. And Alexa, set a timer for 8 minutes.
8 minutes, starting now.
There you
Just
go, I
like
got
that.
my other assistant. All right, so now our meatballs are out. They are looking good. So now they're about to jump in the jacuzzi. So now the spaghetti sauce is looking right. Look at that. You got your peppers, you got your onions, you got your garlic, and a can of crushed tomatoes. It's like 80 cents. So for $1.60, you
You can make something as good as this.
even better because you're gonna put your own spin on it. This is just my interpretation of it. So now I'm gonna drop the meatballs off in here. Why don't you go ahead and handle that?
Alrighty. So just be careful when putting them in, just so they don't like splash and then you get burned or something. But yeah, we're just putting them in like so.
Safety is key, folks. Look at him, he's a pro. He got the jersey to prove it. Who you got on the back right there? Let me see who you got. Number 7, Michael Vick.
Also, let's get it right in the chat for Nick for.
Vic don't play for them no more. It's a throwback. It's a throwback. Philly was the only team that gave Vic a chance when he got out.
Looks like they're breaking off like into the sauce.
No, it's alright. Just gonna add some flavor to the sauce. Alright. Doing good, son, doing good. Down to the last 2.
2 and
Careful. And 1. Alright. Now we're going to cover the lid to make sure they all get sauce.
just to make it pretty fair for everyone.
Cause you know you got some at the bottom like living their best life with the sauce. You got some at the top that's like
He's like, what is this?
living half their best life. So let's get everybody in the pool, everybody in the jacuzzi. All right. So now everybody's doing good. Let me check on my second assistant, Alexa. How much longer on my timer?
You have 2 minutes and 10 seconds left on your 8-minute timer.
All right, thank you. So the noodles are about done. You just want to kind of break them up a little bit. All right. All right, so now we're going to dump our noodles off. And our noodles are ready.
And now worlds are just about close to colliding.
To set this aside. Alright. We're going to plate it up right here. So let's clear all this stuff out. Alright, so now everybody's ready to meet up. So we're going to plate our noodles. And I don't gotta go far for a taste tester. I already know who's first in line. All right. We got our noodles.
There you go.
Thank you. And we got our sauce.
You just got it. Fun.
Hold that for me. Other hand. Thank you. Alright, so now first we're going to put some sauce down. Alright. A couple meatballs. Just one?
Two.
Two. Alright. And of course,
Some Parmesan cheese. You don't have to add it. It's just something extra.
boom, there you go. Let me see how that tastes.
All right, hold on, please.
Okay, yes, sir. Remember, it's hot.
This is pretty good, folks. But yeah, this is really good. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe for more stuff just like this.
I ain't gotta do anything. See, this kid, I'm just a backseat driver nowadays. All right, folks. Well, there you have it. We got our spaghetti and meatballs, father and son. We out here, you know, that Philly chef throwing down. So, all right. So, you know, like he said, like, comment, subscribe. Go check us out. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Throwing down with the Philly chef. Emerging Black Network. We out here. We just using the gifts God gave us to spread to everybody. Peace.
Peace.
Here's a funky introduction. Now here's a funky introduction. Now here's a funky intro. Now here's a funky introduction. Now here's a funky intro.